What's up, everyone? Welcome to November's edition of Monthly Check-In. Today, we're going to be discussing balancing music with everything else you have going on in life, and specifically how that's been relating to me and my own journey currently, especially in 2024. But first, let's get into my 3 monthly picks that you should be checking out for November. First up this month, we have a repeat of last month, repeat artist Robert Glasper. You remember I talked about his project that he dropped in August, and he just dropped another one at the beginning of October. This one was called Keys to the City Volume 1. It's another Apple Music exclusive. So if you don't have Apple Music, unfortunately, at this time, you're not going to be able to listen. But if you do have Apple Music, definitely go check it out. And the song I'm highlighting specifically is called Step Into the Realm, featuring Black Thought. This whole album, I believe, is all live from the Blue Note in New York. So a lot of the recordings are done, in that live setting. And I think it was a super cool album to kind of get to hear play out. But this was specifically my favorite song. He's worked with Black Thought on other projects like Black Radio 3 before. And I believe he's done some work on the recent Black Thought projects as well. So it was kind of cool to see them come together, two legends once again coming together. And this was just a classic, Robert Glasper type joint. So I was just a big fan of this one specifically, but definitely go check out the full album. Like I said, if you don't have Apple Music, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to listen at this time. But if you do, definitely go give it a listen. And obviously, if there's a volume 1, I'm expecting a volume 2 very soon. So be on the lookout for that as well. Next up, we have an EP from producer Ninth Wonder and producer Give 'Em Soul. This one's called 147. My favorite track on this one is Troy Street. It has a really cool bass line part at the beginning, which Ninth Wonder actually posted about on his Instagram. I'm not sure the name of the player that was playing bass on that intro, but I really love it. It gave me, reminiscence of Common's B album on that intro. It was kind of that same style of bass. And then it just kicks into this super awesome, soulful beat that Ninth Wonder and Give 'Em Soul cooked up. I'm not really familiar with Give 'Em Soul. I'm gonna have to check out his other work. I did tune into this because it was a Ninth Wonder project, and I'm a huge Ninth Wonder fan, especially the instrumental projects that Ninth Wonder always puts out. And Ninth Wonder hasn't really put out a lot of solo stuff this year, so it was cool to see him do like a little collab with someone else. And I did really enjoy the production overall from these two, kind of combining their styles and making something new. And it's called 147 as an ode to North Carolina because both of these producers are from North Carolina. So really cool. There's a couple features on there as well you might enjoy, but it's perfect for the fall season. I think they put it out right at the perfect time. So definitely go give it a listen. Troy Street is the one I would recommend though. I've played it back a ton of times on my way to work, or just when I'm working on things on the laptop. It's just a nice easy beat to listen to, so definitely go give that one a look. My final pick this month is the deluxe version of one of my favorite projects of 2024, An Apple a Day by Dante Thomas. Dante Thomas is a Portland based rapper. I'm not sure if I highlighted him on a previous month. I feel like I probably did. I don't know if it was June or not. It might have been one of the first ones I've done. But definitely go check out Dante's work. This was his 3rd full album, and that came out in June initially, so the deluxe version just dropped at the beginning of October. 3 new songs, and 3 songs that are really, really awesome. A few features on there as well. I'd say All Sad is probably my favorite one out of the 3 new ones. But overall, these just add to the current 12 tracks very well and kind of round everything out. And I think as bonus tracks, they really just amplify the album even more and make me enjoy the album even more. So definitely go give that a listen. Listen to the first album, the initial original version first, and then when you check out the deluxe version, you'll see how those additional tracks really take it to the next level, honestly. And I believe Dante's working on another album as well, probably for next year or like maybe 2 years from now. But I'm just excited to see what he does moving forward, because as far as artists I've discovered this year, he's definitely my favorite one and the one I've been listening to the most. Even his back catalog, his other couple albums that he put out before this one. So yeah, I mean, An Apple a Day, definitely go check out the original, but give that deluxe version a listen too, because I think he really even elevated it further than what it already was. So now let's dive into today's topic, which is the balancing act. And by that, I mean balancing music your career, what you're doing creatively, with everything else you have going on in life. So let's get into this. Obviously, this year I've had a lot of ups and downs with health issues and just trying to maintain overall, which I've mentioned in previous videos in the summertime. And I feel like I'm trying to, bottom it out a little bit, moving into the new year and hopefully starting fresh. But another big thing has just been, trying to balance, my relationships and just maintaining everything I'm doing on social media, all the new music, all that stuff. And I feel like the older I've been getting, and I'm still not super old. I'm 27 for context. So, depending on who you are, you might think, wow, that's super young, or yeah, you're getting up there. It's all based on perspective. But regardless, we're all getting older, and I know now, I'm almost 30. I'm only a few years away from being 30. And each year, I feel like you take on more in your life overall, even outside of what you're doing with your passions, your endeavors. And I've definitely felt that pressure, you know what I mean? The more that people need my time, the tougher it becomes to really balance everything else that's going on. I've even had a few points this year where I really just felt super, I don't want to say depressed, but just super low, and like a low mood and a low frequency, because I felt like I was letting people down. If someone asked me to hang out, or if they needed work from me and I just couldn't get to them because I'm occupied elsewhere, it's like, man, I kind of got to prioritize and reevaluate things. And I've mentioned how important scheduling is. Scheduling can definitely help you a lot, but it doesn't take away all the time. It doesn't take away the feeling of, having to be there for every single person. And that's just something that I have had to overcome this year, and really just kind of push through and realize that you can't please everybody. You just have to do your best every day, put your best foot forward, and hopefully that end result is gonna make you happy. At the end of the day, you can only focus on you and making you happy, and do your best, and just lead with good intentions, and hope that the other person understands. And if they don't understand, they might not be for you, honestly. And I've had to learn that as well. It's just learning like what people need to be in my life and what people, probably don't belong in my life, at least at this time. Not to say they won't be there later on down the line. But it's just, knowing what you're capable of and knowing your limits too is a big thing that has helped me a ton. And just trying to find what that is. So the biggest thing for me is like, I don't want to lose the consistency that I've had with continuing to release content every day, because I get so many people that tell me, how important it is for them to see the content that I'm putting out. So I know that matters, and I want to keep going, and I love doing that. At the same time, I got to make sure that I'm giving time for the people that are in my life that, have been there since the beginning, or people that I just really care about. So it's like just figuring out what that means to you every single day. Like I said, every year it feels like there's more on our plates as individuals. But I've always just viewed this as you got to do your best. You know what I mean? All we can do is our best, and just hope the end result is something that we can be proud of and other people can respect and understand. While this is really a gray area and there really is no right or wrong answer, it's really an individual based thing. I think prioritizing what matters to you and really just cutting out, things you don't need to be doing as well. That can help create time for everybody in your life. And that's another thing I think we overthink is just, what are we doing on the day to day that we don't even need to do, that we could just cut out entirely to make space for the things that matter. So that would be my real advice, is just, figure out how to prioritize those things that are super meaningful. And I think you're going to see results in the long run, especially heading into 2025. It's something to keep in mind, something I'm definitely going to be keeping in mind as well, and just trying to get better at that. And like I said, every year there's more and more, but if we just keep these things in mind, there's no doubt that we can, get that balance eventually and really just do our best to maintain everything. Couple of updates for you before we get out of here. The first one is about my recent album, Unknown Advantage, specifically about the vinyl release. So obviously you guys remember I had that whole pre-order campaign going on. Everything was kind of set in motion. Unfortunately, the distributor of the vinyl really was not great at communicating. It really did a poor job at that. So I ended up switching distributors entirely. The pre-orders were canceled and everybody was refunded their money. Basically what's happening now is everything is done. Everything is being currently, as we speak, created and will be shipped to me directly in December. So around December, January, you guys can expect a brand new launch of not pre-orders, but just straight up orders. And you can order these vinyls directly from me. I'll be posting photos and updates on social media around that time. So be on the lookout. Mid-December to early January is probably when I'm going to launch. It'll probably be like a Shopify or something where you can buy these vinyls directly from me. I found another great distributor based in the US that, you know, is making these super cool for me, and I'm very excited to receive them. And yeah, you know, if you still want an Unknown Advantage vinyl, be on the lookout for the information on that and how to get one toward the end of this year into next year. So as far as new music, I'll have a few new instrumental singles once again coming up with other labels very soon. But the big one is the full EP I have with Tommy G called Setbacks. You remember I talked about side A last month, which is out currently. And by the time this is out, the full collection, all 6 songs, will probably be out. It's coming out November 22nd. So if this video drops before then, just be on the lookout for it on November 22nd. 6 tracks, including the single Champion. Very excited to put this project out. We worked on this project for probably 2 years, honestly, all in all, to get to this point. And, you know, I really appreciate Tommy for all the work he put in and just being able to give me feedback on the beats I was sending him and really just work through this to make it really cool for you guys. And I hope you guys enjoy it. You know, like I said, if you guys enjoy jazz hop, chill hop, that type of style, definitely go check this one out. And that's really my last project of the year, I think. There might be more, but you know, a lot of the stuff I'm planning is for 2025 at this point. But yeah, something to, you know, check out during this holiday season. So other than that, thank you guys again for checking this out. Subscribe to the channel, check out the other videos. You know, tune in on Twitch on Tuesday nights, 6 p.m. Eastern time. All the links will be in the description of this video. I've been having a lot of fun over on Twitch. Got a lot of exciting topics to cover moving into the new year coming up. So that's a great way to get more information, but be on the lookout for another monthly check-in, the last one of 2024 next month. Not sure what I'll be discussing, but very excited for it regardless. So again, thank you guys very much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.